Hi everyone. In particular for my overseas viewers, in our part of Australia it's the end of the football season and I know that you call the round ball football, but we call our Australian rules football too, so if you'll please bear with me while I use the term football for this activity. In our final system it changes every couple of years, but what we've got now in the Australian rules competition, we have what's called the final eight. Now, I'll just get you a show. That's the structure of it. And it can look a bit complicated at the best of times, but I've used this a number of times with kids at school, and we've worked out a bit of a game to play with it. And we do it over and over again, and it helps us to see if we treat every game as a 50-50 contest, which isn't always the case, but if we do treat it as a 50-50 contest, then we see how many times the top-ranked team makes it through to what we call the grand final and wins, and they win, that's called the Premiership. Or sometimes to some of the lower-ranked teams. The top 8 teams go through to the finals. So this is an activity to see how many times the top-ranked teams can get through and actually win, or do the lower-ranked teams in the finals, how often they can get through and win. And what are the factors that contribute to the top-ranked teams having more success. A great graphing activity. It's got so much to do. It's a real hit with the kids this time of the year because football finals are only about 4 weeks away. So bear with me. In the next part of the clip, I'll show you how this works. All right, here we go, playing our football finals. We have the first week of the finals, the second week, the preliminary finals, the grand final. Winning the grand final gives you the Premiership, the big goal for each team. These are the current top 8 teams at the moment. Normally we would play this game once the season has ended and there's a week with no games before the finals start. So you could, usually the order of the teams changes between now and then, and some teams outside the top 8 might come in, some of these might drop out. So let's see how we go. So I've got them where they are at the moment. So Port Adelaide are currently in first position, so they go into this game here. The first team there play against the 4th team, the Mighty Tigers. The 5th team, which is West Coast, will play against the 8th team, which is Melbourne. The 6th and the 7th teams play off against each other, and then so do the 2nd and 3rd teams. All we do now is just follow the arrows. This game and this game, because they're the top 4 teams, they get a second chance. The winner goes through, the winner goes through, the loser goes through as well for a second chance. All other teams are in knockout. Let's roll the dice here. To make it a 50-50 contest, if a 1, a 3 and a 5 comes up, we're just going to say that the top team in each game wins. If a 2, 4 or 6 comes up, the bottom team will win. Just to make it a 50-50 contest. You know as well as I do that if it's your home ground, you might have more chance to win, more opportunity to win. You might have some of your best players might come back, or the other team might have some of their best players going out. So instead of making it just a strictly 50-50, you might say, and this is what I've seen the kids do in the past, they might say 1, 2, 3 and 4 is for the top team because they've got a greater chance to win. They've got a home ground and more players coming back. Or this team might only, or not that team, this team might only have 2 chances out of 6 to win because they're really struggling at the moment. But for today, let's go 50-50. I'll roll the dice. A 2. And it's the bottom team wins, so the Tigers, they win. Follow the arrow, the win. They bypass the second week of the finals and go straight through to the prelim. Port Adelaide, they lost, so they go to the elimination finals next week. This game here, 5. So it's the top team wins. West Coast, they win, straight through. Melbourne, see you next year. This game, a 4, so it's the bottom team wins. St Kilda win. They go there. Collingwood, bad luck boys. This game here, the winner goes through to the semis and the loser goes there. A 1, so it's the top team Geelong win, follow the arrow, they go to there, and Brisbane go to there. Let's go to this game. It's knockout for every team now. A 4, so it's the bottom team win, West Coast. Now they're going to go to the other side of the draw. Follow the arrows. They win, and the winner of here comes up. And it's a 4, so it's the bottom team. They come up, Brisbane come up. They're both out now. A 4 in this game, so it's the bottom team. Oh man, how'd that happen? Anyway, Brisbane somehow beat Richmond. This game here, a 5, so it's the top team, and it's the West Coast. We've got 2 interstate teams. Here we go. And the winner of the grand final, number 2, is the bottom team, West Coast, who are actually one of the favourites. At the moment, the good old Tigers are the favourites. That's it. So we could then have a big tally board up on the front of the room, have all the teams listed. Every time there's a result for a team, just put a mark beside them and keep some tally marks to see which teams get the most premierships. Is it the teams that finished last? Is it the teams that finished top? Let's just go one more time. We'll do it again. So Port Adelaide were there, Richmond were there, Brisbane were 3rd, they were 7th, 2nd was the Geelongs, and oops, daisy, 5. Actually, I just want to see if Richmond win. That's all. So let's go. First game, a 5, and it's the top team wins. Oh man, that hurts. Come on, Tigers, next week. A 4, the bottom team wins, and Melbourne get up. West Coast are out. A 2, so it's the bottom team wins, the Saints get up. And in this game, it's a 2, so Brisbane goes straight through, Geelong go to the elimination. Now it's this game, Richmond and Melbourne, and it's a 2, and it's the bottom team. Oh my goodness me, Richmond out in straight sets. A 3, the top side, St Kilda. Whoa, big upsets this year in finals. Now it's this game. A 3, so it's the top team, Port Adelaide, who are currently on top. A 1, so it's the top team, Melbourne. Whoa, this is a big shock. And it's a 4, and it's the bottom team, Melbourne. Wow, the odds of that happening are huge. Anyway, that's how it works. It just goes to show how in both rounds we did it, the team that finished on top didn't necessarily win. That's in a 50-50 contest. Then you can graph the results. Graph them for each child. Graph them for each group of children. Graph them from each class. Compare what the results from one class are against the others. Put them up around the school so people can see which teams seem to be coming up. Put the whole school's results together and then see what happens. You know, some classes might look different to others, but overall, what does it look like? An amazing activity. It's a lot of fun and it generates a lot of discussion. Hope you have enjoyed doing it, and I hope you get to see this team coming up the most. Go Tigers.